Well, government officials say the Sinovac deal is not yet sealed. This means the country can still back out from purchasing the controversial coronavirus vaccine from China. This was revealed at the Senate hearing on the vaccination plan. Joyce Silas joins us live to tell us more. Joyce, go ahead.
The two vaccine deals have so far been signed with Novavax for 30 million doses and for AstraZeneca for 17 million doses. Now, the country hopes to seal a deal with Pfizer next week. And as for AstraZeneca, the government is still in the process of locking in the supply.
The government has yet to pay China's Sinovac any amount for the purchase of its COVID-19 vaccine, according to Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez Jr. Galvez said that the government is still trying to lock in supplies from Sinovac. Senator Nancy Binay then asked if this means the government can still back out from buying Sinovac.
Yes, if the vaccine expert panel does not recommend a certain vaccine, then the Philippine government will not purchase.
Apila ko lang naman po kay Secretary Galvez at dun sa decision makers natin when it comes to the use of kung anong bakuna yung gagamitin. Sana isipin nyo na magulang kayo ng bayan.
Kung ano po ang recommendation ng vaccine expert po natin, science-based, and if it will be passed to the FDA, kung ano po ang unang vaccine na pupunta po dito, I'm willing to have that and with my family.
While the deal is yet to be finalized, Galvez has already announced that about 50,000 Sinovac doses are expected to arrive next month. Some senators have been questioning the government's preference for Sinovac, pointing out that it is more expensive than other vaccines and is only about 50% effective against COVID-19.
When the incidence is so high that a 50% efficacy would really be good enough to have that kind of protection, because no protection, of course, is worse than a partial protection.
Meanwhile, Senator Cynthia Villar questioned the limitations the government set on vaccines. Private companies purchased through tripartite agreements. Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Joey Concepcion, said, under the deal, 50% of the purchased vaccines will go directly to the national government. The rest will go to the company, but can only be given to their frontline workers and not to the executives and their family members.
Ba't pa siya bibili? So, dapat bigyan na ng right yung mga companies to buy directly. Kasi pag ganito, pakikialam pa rin ng DOH kung sino bibigyan ng kumpanya. Eh, syempre, kung kumpanya ka, gusto mo, lahat ng empleyado mo, bigyan.
If this is the case, Villar said the government should just allow private companies to purchase directly from manufacturers.
Galvez also clarifies the 3,000 peso price for 2 doses of Sinovac vaccine is not true. Note that this price of Sinovac vaccine came from the Department of Health during the budget hearing last year. But now Galvez is saying that the price is still being negotiated and that it will almost be like the price that our neighboring countries would also get from a Sinovac. Back to you, Pia.
Well, Joyce, if negotiations with Sinovac are not yet finished or over, why is it that Secretary Galvez said that about 50,000 doses of the vaccine are expected to arrive in February? Even presidential spokesman Harry Roque earlier said that only Sinovac would be available from February to June this year.
The Department of Finance clarifies that in an agreement, Sinovac committed to delivering and selling to the Philippines about 50,000 doses of vaccines to the country before the end of February. But the country has no obligation to buy these until Sinovac has met the requirements, among which is their emergency use authorization from FDA. Now, as for Roque's statement, Galvez says he has already clarified this with Roque, that aside from Sinovac, they are also expecting Pfizer to arrive next month through the mini rollout of COVAX, which is a globally pooled vaccine procurement and distribution effort co-led by the World Health Organization. Pia?
Yeah, Joyce, when the hearing began, Senator Ping Lacson defended the hearing after Secretary Galvez supposedly accused the Senate of, quote, demonizing vaccine makers. Tell us more about that.
That's right, Pia. Senator Ping Lacson said that in a Zoom meeting last night, Galvez supposedly accused the senators of politicizing the vaccine program and even demonizing vaccine makers, which has been affecting, he said, the vaccine negotiations. Now, Lacson said that the Senate is merely performing its oversight mandate and is ensuring transparency and accountability from the implementers of government programs which are funded by taxpayers' money. No, Lacson said that there is no politics here in these hearings and that senators only want to ensure that the public would get free and safe vaccinations. Back to you, Pia.
Joyce Ilaster reporting.